Yeah, sure. Sure. like that because you want to make money, because you want to do the job. That's the wrong way. You have to do this because you love it. And it doesn't matter if you're broke, you still gonna do it. I mean, I go out to jam sessions and I play regardless of whether I'm getting a check or not. It's about whether you have to love this thing, man. You have to love it and breathe it. It's your morning coffee. It's your food. That's why you become an artist. Art is a mirror of society.
Nigga, I say.
I know that I need you now. The key that I won't forget, but you're lost in Paris. You're lost in Paris. Lost in Paris. I hope that you're warm and safe. The memory that I can't replace, but you're lost in Paris. You're lost in Paris. It was over in a day. All the things I used to say, you kept to say. All the places we would go, all the songs we got to know, you held it up. I know that I need you now. The key that I won't forget, but you're lost in Paris. You're lost in Paris. I hope that you're warm and safe. The memory that I can't replace, but you're lost in Paris. You're lost in Paris.
Young, all in love in a lost place. Goddamn, got me running around in a rat race. Say grace, thought I fell in love with a small waist. Never stop, yeah, right, yeah, bang, shot me in my heart and it hurt gate. She's so fly like a dove, that's a dove face. I know where she at now, but that's in her birthplace. Don't tell her, put it first for
I know that I need you now. The key that I won't forget, but you're lost in Paris. You're lost in Paris. I hope that you're warm and safe. The memory that I can't replace, but you're lost in Paris. You're lost in Paris. I know that I need you now. The key that I won't forget, but you're lost in Paris. You're lost in Paris. I hope that you're warm and safe. The memory that I can't replace, but you're lost in Paris. You're lost in Paris. love, the key that I won't forget. You're lost in Paris. You're lost in Paris. I hope that you're warm and safe. The memory that I can't replace, but you're lost in Paris.
We're all born with 2.53
South of the river! News on south of the river. I want to stay south of the river with the chains and the gold. We could be out here together. You have places to go. Watching the sunshine blaze the gray. I don't know why you wouldn't stay. You should come south of the river where the love is gold.
Okay. You're on. Sorry about that, people. Say man. That's how you start it. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Just a thumbs up or a yes or no means. I'm sure. If you've been hearing the beats.
I think we could stay there forever.
Us. Okay, it's happening. Hope you guys are all tuned in, all 9 of you. It seems like it. You can hear me. The beats of. We can hear me. Okay, so I just wanted to check on here is that the section A questions. If you guys are screen recording this is probably going to be about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, I'm going to try to be as quick as possible. So the type A question will be as follows. If you say they're going to ask you something like this, identify, you can write this down, identify a business strategy. So I told you to study the types of strategies, right? Identify a business strategy represented by each statement. So there's going to be a statement that you're going to have to decipher. Okay, is everything clear? I just want a thumbs up, people. Easy intro. Okay, so this is basically section A, sir. It has nothing to do with the intro and conclusion, but so this is how it's going to start. Sir, number 1, okay, there it is. I'm going to write it down so you guys can see the question. It goes as follows. I hope you guys can hear me. I don't know, it's very uncertain because I don't really know whether I'm clear or not, so I'm just hoping that I'm clear. Okay, so Peter Bakery sold all its assets to pay creditors and closed down the entire business. Okay, so that's clear. Okay, Peter Bakery sold all its assets, so that is already a indication sold all its asset to pay creditors and close down the entire business, not only part of the business but the whole business. Now, this should ring a bell by now. If it doesn't, Mr. DeForce, then you're in trouble because your whole Section A will then be at risk. Okay. So please, let's make sure that we know our strategies, because if you are faced with something like this, then you need to know how to answer this. So the fact that they sold assets, okay, tells us that we need to think about defensive. Okay, it's a defensive strategy, and maybe want to cut your losses. If you want to cut your losses, go defensive. Okay, and is this divestiture, liquidation, or this is helping you with Section A? So yeah, I think Section A is quite important. You guys should all get above 10 for Section A, so more than 5, right? Okay, so defensive, and then this is liquidation. Okay, so these are going to be the types of questions that you're going to get. Okay, I'm just going to audio the other one so that you guys can have that one as well. There's going to be about 10 of them. So, okay, I'll write it down just for everyone to see. Okay, so NTI Limited opened new branches in Nigeria, and Chicago. Okay, to increase market share. Okay, so that is you need to know that if they're increasing market share, okay, they definitely are trying to get into the market. Okay, how are they doing it? They are looking at new places to sell their product, new branches. Okay, so that then should point towards a market that we are developing. So it will be market development, and that is under intensive strategies. Okay, so that's going to be the format. There's a question. I'm just going to recap for everyone to see. NTI Limited opened new branches in Nigeria and Chicago to do what? To increase market share. So you will know that intensive strategies is for increasing the market. Okay, and how are we doing it? We are developing the market by selling in Chicago and in Nigeria. Okay, so I hope you are fine with that. And there will be other questions that regard forward integration, backward, horizontal. So you must know horizontal, and then also diversification, types of products that we sell. So yeah, be ready and be prepared, people. Section A, happy. Okay, I'm glad you're with me, sir. I can see this feed is a bit delayed, so whatever I'm saying, you guys are only hearing afterwards. So I only actually realized that now. So I wonder how long it's delayed for. Maybe like 1 or 2 minutes. But anyway, chilled. That's section A. So when you get to the essay, people, I don't know what Janti is waiting for. We're going to start there. We're going to do a question on labor relations. Okay, labor relations. So the question is LRA. Okay, what do you do first? The first thing you do is you write down your intro. Okay, introduction. Okay, LRA is very important to disputes. It's CCMA. Okay, you just mention that stuff there. Okay, then you get your 2 marks. Okay, then whatever the question says, if the question says, okay, so there will be a little square with information, okay, like a little story about Labor Relations Act or the Consumer Protection Act or the Basic Conditions of Employment Act, there will be the information, okay, EEA, and then you are going to read that information, okay, you're going to read that information, okay, then they say, write a report. That basically means write the essay. Okay. So once you write the essay, then okay, that's when you decide, okay, I'm gonna start with my introduction. That's gonna be my introduction. Okay. Then the question says you must talk about the rights of employees. So your question will obviously say that you need to talk about something there. Then they want the purpose of LRA. They want discrimination. So once again, I just want you to reiterate that they can ask you any heading from the act, then you must know what to write down. Okay, and that is what I'm testing. If you can actually have information in your head and then choose which information to use. It's very important that you get some experience in that, because that is what you're going to be exposed to at the end of the year. Okay, so rather us prepare ourselves well than, hustling ourselves, hitting ourselves in the foot. So yeah, we must talk about the rights, the purpose, discrimination, and impact. Okay, I hope that's clear. Question, 4 points. So there needs to be 4 analysis of the question. Okay, 4 of them. That needs to be on the rights. There needs to be one on the purpose. There has to be one on discrimination. And there needs to be one on the impact. Okay, so it's going to be that one, that one. There's 4 of them because it's 4 in the question. So you must have 4 headings if you have 4 in the question. Just be aware of that, people. Okay, and then you write your conclusion. Okay, and then your conclusion is LRA is important. Okay, that's it. That's 2 marks there as well. Okay, so then you must just make sure that in here you have 14 bullets, 14 facts, a minimum of that. Okay, you can always write more, but you must have 14 facts. Okay, so under the rights, maybe you write 3. Under purpose, you write 2. Discrimination, you write 3. Impact, you give 2 positives and 2 negatives. So that is 8 marks. That is 6 marks. That is 4 marks. So that is 6 marks. So that's not enough. You see. So if there's 4 here, 3 is 7 plus 5 is 12. Now you need to go think, where can you write more? So if you have knowledge on, for example, more rights, then you write maybe 1 extra there to get you the extra 2 marks. Okay. If you see, okay, you might have more there by purpose, and you write another one by purpose, but here needs to be 14 facts for you to get a complete 28 marks for facts. Okay, so this is the study work, people. That those facts there. That's what you need to study per act. Okay, and it's general. I want to understand that under purpose there might be 5 bullets, so 3 is fine there. Okay, under discrimination there might be 5 bullets, 3 is fine there. Impact is normally positives and negatives, so there's normally approximately about 4 positives and 4 negatives. So if you have 2 under each, you are fine. So then you'll get your marks there, you'll get your marks there, you'll have 28 for facts. And then we do the lasso. Lasso, which means we're going to give you 2 marks here by intro, L, by conclusion, L, and that gives you 2 marks there. Okay? Analysis, you get 4 here by A, and A. Okay, because you analyze the question, and then you get your 2 marks there. Okay, synthesis is well done because you write everything. If you write irrelevant information, you get -1 mark there. For example, if you write information that is supposed to be by the Credit Act, you write here by LRA, then you get that deducted. Okay, then afterwards you'll check, okay, you don't have examples, so you add in examples. Maybe here by discrimination. It's nice because you can discriminate against people's disability, or like if you discriminate against someone in a wheelchair. Disability. You can also discriminate against someone's race, someone's nationality, you know. It's all part of what you need to understand there. So all the examples are doing, they're just giving you an extra little bit of a explanation there of if this person understands what they're talking about. So that's where you get the originality from. You'll see your O's there, and maybe another example by rights or purpose. And then that's it, people. You get your 8 marks there, your 2 marks for your introduction, 2 marks for your conclusion. And then that should be +8 +4. And that is the 40 marks. Okay. So that is the VALB in terms of getting your act together. Okay. Yeah, Dorinda Floatman. Who's Dorinda Floatman? Sure. Okay. Section B. Section B is my test. You must answer the questions. So yeah, that's it, people. Happy. Any questions? Ask questions I can answer. Any questions? Section B. You must just answer. For example, if they ask you, name the 4 components of the SWOT analysis. Then you must know, okay, strengths, positives, inside the business. Okay, weakness, negatives, inside. opportunities, positives, inside. Oh, this is outside. Oh no, sorry, it's inside. Don't. It's negatives inside, positives outside, and then threats, which is negatives outside. Okay, so that's like, yeah, nah, enjoy. See you, Mr. Juma. Enjoy. You must just now perform. Yeah, and then that section B, you guys must make sure that you read your questions carefully. And yeah, listen to the good beats, you know. Tom Misch, that is what I was playing. It's a new album of his, Geography. It's the first time I loaded it now, so I'm going to listen to it now. Tom Misch. Geography. Oh. During the float, man. Yeah, I dig it. That's the vibes. LRA is not there, so no. It will be definitely one of the other acts. Out of 100, yes, man. Out of 100, let's quickly check that. That is section A, 20, which will be strats. Section A. Section B is your 40 marks for stuff that you need to answer. 40 marks is 20 for question and 20 for another question. And section C, which is your 40 marks, and that is your essay. You should get more than 60. 60%. Like if you study well, how many facts must you know for section B? Facts, this must know. So section B, Clement, if the question is 6 marks, then you write 3 facts about that thing that they're asking. If they ask you the role of Satan, then you must know 3 things about that to get your 6 marks. Okay? If they ask you name 3 acts, then you must know, okay, you just have to name it, so there's no explanation needed. So you just say labor relations, National Credit Act, and your Consumer Protection Act. So if it's name, because it says name, it's 1, 2, 3, so it's 3 marks. All right. So that's it, people. That's basically it. Section B and all that stuff. And so whatever the question asks, you must just read well and respond accurately. Ah, yeah. Mr. DeForce, you must know by now who I am. I'm not going to give you a shortcut. I will only assist you. I gave you a shortcut at the end of grade 11. And so, are we good, people? Let me know if I can sign off. Is there any questions? Are we good? Oh, max tracks. Oh, if you're doing a question on the max tracks, it's going to be the same. So you're also going to start with the intro. Okay. And you're going to do your conclusion. Okay. Talk there about the stuff. Talk there about the stuff. 2 marks. 2 marks. Okay. And then the question can either ask you about the industrial tools. Okay. It can ask you about the strategic management process. It can ask you about the types and impact. I think it is like that. Not impact, man. Types, and I think it's advantages of intensive and diversification strategies. Something like that. Okay, sorry. I got a bit sidetracked there. I'm doing this for Mr. Dolly. Mr. Dolly asked me to do this. So, types and advantages of intensive, that vibes. And then there's another part in this types of strategies. Your industrial tools, strategic management process. Oh yeah, evaluating. You must know how to evaluate your stuff. And that's besides what I said about your desired performance versus your actual performance. You must know how to express that. Okay, evaluating. So any one of these things I can ask. So if they ask you, for example, e.g., they ask you SWOT, they ask you PESTEL, then you must be able to say political, economic, social, and describe 2 marks each. If they ask you that. If they ask you porters, you must know porters and give facts. Then, if they ask you the process, you must know the process. I think there's about 5 steps. Okay, so you must know, like, from your industrial processes, you go into formulating a strategy, then implementing, then monitoring, and then evaluating those things. And how to express yourself in that. And then, those of you that are watching, just click on like, don't be like that. Don't be stingy with the likes, So yeah, you can be asked that. You can be asked they can ask you name 3 defensive strategies. Then you must know it's liquidation and that stuff. Okay, so they can ask you any one of these, and you must know. And then you just divide up your question. And that's it, sir. You must know all. You must know all, Mr. Vogel. You must know all. You must know all this stuff because they can ask you any one of these. You see? So, yeah. You must decide, is this information easier to take in, or is this information easier to take in? So, at this like, when I write like this, or when I write like about this stuff, max strats, and like types of strategies, like there's nice examples also that you can use, like you can talk about Nike going into like different, so this is also adaptable for like examples, whereas with legislation, because you don't have so much experience in legislation, it's difficult for you to come up with examples. So yeah, that's it. Any other questions? I'm gonna log out when it reaches an hour. Any other questions? Damn, I know this. Yeah, just solidify your work, so that you don't like be at risk of like hitting a blank in your head because the information is not solid. So Manir, you will see what they ask on, because the question is not going to be your textbook again, so they won't ask on everything. They'll only ask certain things to test whether you know what they say. Any other questions? Another 2 months, people? 1 more minute, people. And I'm ending the stream. Any other questions? You good? Any other questions?